Hi, this is a quick tutorial on how to use the ColorSchemer multiply shader. Um, I will do as before. I will import my custom package, which now has an M to the end of it. That stands for multiply. After I import it all, you can go straight into the scenes and see the demo. But for now, I would like to create the material from scratch. So in the materials folder, I'm creating a new material, which I'm going to call demo. And the shader, I will select from the ColorSchemer, the one with the M. I will then bring a mesh into my scene, and I will assign this material I just created. Now I will assign textures. Now you can see that it looks a lot like the ColorSchemer 4 channels shader, except for the fact that it has two new sliders, and I want to focus on what those do. So let's say I choose a base color. I'm going to choose red, and I assign my soft shadows texture, which looks like that. And I'm going to assign it a darker red. Now, for now, this slider doesn't do anything. That's because this slider has to do with how this texture interacts with the following ones. For example, let's say I have a hand-painted texture in this channel. You can see that a dark spot appeared here. That's because that's where this texture is under this texture. And when that happens, they're multiplied by this value. For now it's 0, hence it's black. But if I change that value, I can give it a sense of shading. So now instead of having just a flat line of white there, it's faking its shadow by interacting with the first texture. Now I can do the same with the hard shadows. And notice that the shadow channels, if they lay on top of the base color, then they're not multiplying, they're actually taking the color you tell them to, right? But if if there's a texture on top of them, they will multiply by this value. For example, you can see that here, this texture, which is this line, lays on top of this textures, which is the hard shadow. So now I can modify that value by multiplying it through the slider. Once I'm satisfied with my scheme, I would do as before, select the mesh, and under Window, ColorSchemer Baker, and it creates a new folder with a new material, which is the baked version of the previous one, and I will assign it to the car and adjust my sliders as I like it. I hope you can realize the usefulness of having fake shadows like this. If you have any doubts, don't hesitate to send a mail or leave a comment. Thanks a lot. Bye.